You know, I forgot to do my hair.
It's okay. I like it. I like it like that.
No, I have to scoop.
It's short though, right? It's a little shorter than usual.
Yeah, it's the son of a bitch last night. I said to him, give it a clean up. I didn't tell him to vacuum everything off my head. You know what I mean? He gave me a crew cut like I was going to camp, this son of a bitch.
How much did you pay for that haircut?
$50 and a $10 tip.
That's crazy.
I should go break all his windows and get my money back.
Jesus Christ.
Leave Jesus out of this.
The day has come.
Yes.
This is a long time coming.
Yeah, it is.
Why are we here, Mario?
We're doing the Mario Bosco show.
Where dreams come true?
Where dreams come true.
How did this all come to be?
You know, Can we start over?
No starting
It's
over.
a podcast.
Okay.
This is raw.
Okay, so a very long time ago, I was chasing after a couple of certain people. One who blocked me, one who ignored me. and you know, God has a way of making things happen. Like, I give you an example. That day in that store, okay, when I called him, you know, a fat bastard, excuse me, you know, but that's
That was mean, by the way.
That was mean. I know, I'm mean. I'm sorry. But when I called him that, you were already rolling with the phone. As I was clipping the bow tie on, you were bzzz, and I was like, what? That is sick. And that video hit 587,000 views.
And to give a little more context, Sabino and I were at E. Rossi & Co.
Yeah, E.
We're
Rossi.
hanging out, and then Mario pops in. Obviously, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? You start abusing Sabino. I'm filming.
See, I knew all about you, but I didn't know who you were because you never really put yourself out there, right? I mean, he never really.
He doesn't post himself.
Right, he don't post himself. But
In fact, he's not even sitting on camera right now.
Right.
He's just the voice of God on the side. Mara's a little upset at me because I promised him his own set.
Yeah, my own set. Today they told me when I got here, he goes, I got some news for you. Oh, the set's not built yet. We're not ready.
No, it's built, but Nico didn't like the white walls.
I don't like the white walls either because it doesn't look good.
Mario and I think alike. You know?
Me, I'm very pale. Like me, look at me to this thing here. I almost match the gray.
You blend in.
I blend in, so I don't like
the green too. You look. Like
I would make the walls.
You look like you stick on the wall.
You know what I would make those walls? They go good with pistachio color, right? Or come on, you're my sidekick. I need your help.
So I feel like at this point we don't even need to talk about why we're here because we've gotten so far without even mentioning it. And
you know, I gotta tell you.
No, but people. I think I've done a couple of shows in Mara, and people do have a lot of questions about you.
They do have a lot of questions. I gotta tell you, when Sabino said, okay, maybe we'll do it. Then I bumped into Sabino one day. He was at Cafe Palermo on Mulberry Street. And I'm like, it's like, yeah, we got to see the right time. I'm like, this guy's serious. Like, I've been in this business 38 years. I've been, I don't want to say the word, jerked around from different producers, agent. I was supposed to play. I was supposed to play. You want to know who it is? You will definitely not know. Maybe you. Jimmy Roselli as a young child. John Travolta ruined that for me because he wanted to play. He was playing Jimmy Roselli. He told Jimmy Roselli at the meeting, I'm going to sing your songs. Jimmy Roselli almost threw him a slap, okay? They don't know who Jimmy Roselli is, so I'm
No, Jimmy Roselli's a singer, right?
He was a Neapolitan singer.
Why are we talking about other people right now? We got to be talking about you. Was NYPD Blue your first big gig?
Big, yeah. That was probably my first TV big gig, yes.
So explain how that happened.
So I helped out the casting director doing some background, finding people that were extras. They wanted New York people, and he wanted some Brooklyn people. So I started opening up this agency. I opened up in my house. I bought a couple of phone lines in. I had this and that. My mother My mother wanted to beat the shit out of me. 1 month in, the phone bill was $600. My mother said, close the business and run now and get the hell out of the house.
So you were like getting castings for people?
I was casting every movie, every TV show with the casting director. I was helping him. So to give me a bonus, he gave me some stand-in work on NYPD Blue as the son of the detective. While I was there...
Can you explain what stand-in is for people who don't know?
So stand-in means is that you are there to set, the director sets the lights, He sets the shot, the cameras, all the angles. Then I step in, they set everything, and once they say, okay, bring in first team, I'm always second team. I step out, and the kid steps in, and the director works with the kid.
They test the lighting on you.
Test all the
basically.
lighting, they test everything.
So you don't get a credit for that.
Most times you don't.
Yeah,
unless you do stand in for the entire movie. So most times if there's children roles, they have 4 different stand-ins, so you don't get it. Like Will Ferrell in Elf, they had somebody to be his stand-in from the beginning to the end. He got a credit because there are no stand-ins in LA. They make big money. They negotiate. Like, they don't walk in for scale. They walk in for
How many times have you stand in?
a lot. A lot of movies and TV shows. My first very job that I did was in a movie called, it was done in Coney Island. They paid me $50.
Wow, that's amazing.
It was with Sam Elliott. It was like some movie, I can't even remember. My first TV job was with Telly Savalas. Okay, that was, what are you
What is
laughing at?
that?
Kojak.
Kojak.
know who that is.
Kojak.
Kojak. You don't know
All
Kojak?
right, sorry, different generation.
Yeah, different generation.
So that was my first TV thing. And then from there, I just started bouncing from there to there to there to there and just getting a lot of work and just getting on different TV shows.
And a little birdie told me that you stood in for Macaulay Culkin, right?
Yes, I did on Home Alone 2. Absolutely. You know, they don't make you talk to, like I got pictures with Joe Pesci, I got pictures with different people. They won't make you talk to like Macaulay Culkin. They won't, because I'll tell you what, he's young. They want him focused. Al Pacino, when I met Al Pacino on Scent of a Woman, he was talking to me with his eyes closed. And I said to somebody, I go, why is he talking to me with his eyes closed? He's in character. He does not open his eyes because he's playing a blind man. So when he gets there, he walks around, he's trained with his eyes to speak for him, you know? But he shook my hand, he saw me, he spoke to me, but he wouldn't take a picture. He did not. Walter Matthau, I worked with him with Walter Matthau, would not take a picture. It's all right.
And how is the money being a stand-in?
Stand-in used to be a little over extra pay. So if extra was at that time $99 a day for the first 8 hours, then it went to $108. So stand-in would be $116 or $125. Plus for the first 8 hours, and then you get OT because I'm a SAG actor. So I did a lot of
And you got
stand-in.
like free meals, coffee, all that stuff.
Yeah, we had whatever we have full craft service like we have here.
You barely have water in here.
This is all part of Mario's story, though.
I gotta tell you, honestly, when this came to this discussion of putting the show together, Sabino goes, hey, you know, Nico wants to add a sidekick. And I go, sidekick?
Well, no. What happened was I said, Nico said he'll executive produce the show only if Irma is your co-host.
Right. The first conversation we had, you said he wants to add a sidekick. Listen, you don't want to start with me because I remember things page by page. So when he said sidekick, I was like, you know, I don't know about a sidekick. But then the second conversation, you said, but Nico said you would like to have Irma. And I said, perfect. Because me and her, 2 peas on a pod.
Oh, thank you, Your Highness.
You were waiting for that, huh?
He was waiting for that. He had the gun cocked the whole time.
Pretty
Right
penny.
here,
That's
sidekick.
amazing.
Love you.
Okay.
Amazing.
So you guys are like Batman and Robin, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Who's Batman? Who's Robin?
I would be Robin. She would be Batman because she's
Mary's a
powerful,
gentleman for
you know.
deferring. you
Yeah,
know?
definitely. Yeah. She's, you know, she's Batman. Batman is strong, meaning that me, I'm Robin. I come in like in a, you know, look at me. I'm dressed in a colorful suit.
You look like you kill. You look like you kill bees for a living.
Hey guys, it's me, your boy Mario Bosco. Go to growingupitalian.com and get yourself this cool t-shirt. That's right, that's me for my show. Not only you need to watch the show, but you got to get the merch, okay? Because we need a little scattles, all right? Capiche? Go get yourself this great t-shirt, okay, at growingupitalian.com and watch the episodes. Enjoy the show. Forget about it. Oh, My boy James Gandolfini, he's always looking over me. Forget about it.
What was the second question people have, Sabino?
Well, what are some of the most frequently asked questions you get, Mario? Because basically this episode is the intro. We want to just get everything out of the way so we never have to talk about it again.
Okay, so lately people have been asking me, do I really have an Adam's apple?
That's the first question that people
Well,
ask
there's
you?
something that goes before Adam's apple.
Well, yeah.
Vaseline. You know?
Yeah, but, I try to explain, because they'll say, hey, do you have a private part? And what
People
is
ask
it?
you that?
Yes, on
Like
my
on the
TikTok,
street?
on my live, they're not gonna ask me in the street because if all I have to do is lift up here and show them my apple. I'm like, what the hell do you think I was made with?
Yeah.
A bacala and an Adam's apple? Like, really? I mean,
That'd be a nice combination.
So a lot of people will ask you, are you, what's your gender?
gender, male.
Male.
Born a male. Have nothing to hide. A lot of people ask a lot of people on TikTok Live ask, hey, when are you transistoring and when are you gonna
Transistor?
Yeah. That was right.
when are you gonna make the transfer? I was like,
okay.
am I getting on the
Transition.
bus?
Oh, the trans. Oh,
The
okay. Okay. I see what you're
transition.
saying, okay.
They asked me, when am I going to transfer my transmission to a bacala? And somebody came on my live. I was battling the other day. She was talking in another language. But then I said, what were you talking about? She goes, oh, we were trying to figure out if you're a man or woman. It says you're a man, but it seems like you're a woman. And I go, why? Well, your voice. She goes, but we can't see your Adam's apple. So I took the phone and I went like this. You see it now? She goes, oh, yeah, I see. I go, boof, get the hell out.
So did you have were you born with a condition or something?
I was born with a condition called panhypopituitarism. Okay. It's a malfunction of the pituitary gland. Make a long story short, when my mother was pregnant, she had a little cold. It was January. Her water broke, and she had, I guess she had chills or whatever. And the doctor gave her cold medicine, like an aspirin or some sort, like that. And it went down the tube, and it went down my thing, and it burned my pituitary gland. The pituitary gland is what makes you go through puberty, makes you be able to have children. Shut up, Sabino.
Oh, I didn't say that.
It makes you change from baby to teen, to go through puberty, to go to manhood, to go through the whole down the line till you drop dead and the party's over. But listen, when I was a kid, the doctors offered me testosterone. And I said, no, absolutely not. And they're like, but, I kind of for a second, I was in the middle of discussion for a pilot for the ABC with the Disney company. And I was like, they're like, but listen, it'll be a good idea for you. It'll keep you healthy. It'll keep your heart healthy.
How old were you at the time when they offered this to you?
I got into show business in 86. I think I was 14. So around 86, 87. And they're like, listen, you're 14 now, 15. We don't want to wait till 16, 17 because by then you're already in the process of maturing. So I says, let me think about it. So one day we're having a discussion because I was tube fed as a baby. As a child, I was tube fed because I was a 9-year-old kid. I weighed 32 pounds. If the wind blew, I go up with the wind like a hot air balloon. And I come flying down. And sometimes I'd have to put rocks in the wintertime in my pockets just for safety, because it would keep me going, So
Keep you grounded, you're saying.
Keep me grounded. So they put a tube in me, and I pulled it out. I was supposed to go home from the hospital because they bring me in for a weekly checkup and then stay there, and they put an IV in, and I used to chase them. They had to tie me down to poke me. But finally, so I was going home, and they said, well, we have an idea. On Friday, they started this. They go, we want to try something. No, Thursday. They said, don't break pants because we might be keeping him for a few extra days. And my mother goes, why? What's the matter? I go, we have something we want to try. And they wanted to try tube feeding. And no, sorry, Bob, not me. They put it in, I pulled it out. They pulled it in, I pulled it out. They put it in, I pulled it out. Finally, they told my mother, you got to call your husband. My father wanted to give me a slap from here across the street. He goes, My father told the doctor, you don't want it? Let him die. Dad says, Mr. Bosco, 2 things are going to happen. Or the tube goes down his nose, or I'll put a hole in his stomach right now, and he'll have it for life. And I'm not the kind of person that ever, and she could tell you, he could tell, that ever bowed down to anything. Like, I'll admit sometimes if I've done something wrong or say something wrong, I'm not like that. But for me to say, okay, stick the tube down my nose, all right. And I had it for 4 years.
Oh, shit.
4 long years, and it wasn't easy. Because I had to go to school. I remember coming home from the hospital and having the tube, and it had it taped to my face. I had the whole thing, the thing down my thing. And I remember having a scarf, and I went to the store, I wanted candy. And some kid that I went to school with pulled my scarf down, and that, he saw it, and I was like I was like shaking, I was mortified.
Oh, so you were trying to hide it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want people to know. But eventually, because the first 30 days, you have to have it in you, so your stomach, your immune system gets used to knowing what it is. You understand? It's like, and that's when this all came about. Then every morning and every day start, okay, you could take it out, put it in at night, take it out in the morning. I used to puke it all up and I tried to drink it once because I was like, you know what, maybe if I drink it, and that wasn't the only thing I would get. I would get a shot in this leg and a shot in this leg. Growth hormone and cortisone every night.
Every night?
Every night. It was like a routine project my father had to give me. And there was times where I didn't want it. And then 1 year after 4 years, I wanted to kill myself because I didn't want this freaking thing in my face at night. I'm like a free bird, I don't like to be linked to somebody like that. So I wanted it out. I pulled it right out. My father I put it out, and I said, enough. So when the growth hormone came and the testosterone, she came in, and I tell you, she came in with a tray. It had the bottles, and it had this whole thing in it, and she filled up it, and she forgot to bring something into the room. And I turned around, and I made like a split-second decision because I moved fast. You could tell. I took the cap off. I squirted into the sink. I put the cap on. My mother went, no, disgracias, no. I said, shut up. Let me do my thing. I put the cap back on. I put it on the tray. She came, oh, there's somebody coming again. I said, yeah. Because what the testosterone has to go through your hip bone, under your hip bone, over the thing. It's like to get to that nerve that runs that main artery, that whatever it's called. Crazy. But then when, eventually they found out that I didn't get it because I had to go for the second week. And I said, listen, I didn't do it. My mother said, he was so scared. He don't want. He was so scared. At that time, I was booking commercials, TV commercials like crazy. I booked best food in New York City. I booked Eating Little Italy, it was called. There was a commercial for beef in Little Italy. I booked a stay in school commercial. I booked a Fox 5 PSA. So, and I didn't want it. Then once I got on NYPD Blue, they tried again. Like, this time you could peel it and put it right to your hip. And but it'll burn a little bit and may leave your skin red. And I was like, you know what? You could keep those stickers and put them over your mouth. I was very mean and rude.
So while you were going through all this, were you getting teased and bullied?
Yeah, very much. I was thrown in a garbage can. This girl at the pool hall, she pulled my pants and my underwear down one time.
In front of your friends?
Yeah. But you know what they say? What breaks you makes you stronger, right, Irma?
What doesn't break you?
What doesn't break you makes you
stronger.
And
you're still here, so they didn't break you.
They predicted that I was going to be dead probably they told my mother and father, 1 to 10 years, maybe, possibly 15 to 20. I just turned 51 last Friday. Knock on wood.
God bless.
Whatever that is. Oh, this wood, and I'm still here,
So, Mario, now that we know a little bit more about you,
yeah,
let's get into why we're doing this podcast. And what this podcast is, what you want this podcast to be. This is the episode where we're gonna figure out what this podcast is. We have your lovely co-host. We have you.
You have your producers.
We have your producers. We have the Growing Up Italian Studios. But beyond
Richard should have been next door if they would have asked me what color I wanted to paint the walls.
Well, that's what we can talk about. What do you want this podcast to be?
But you know what it was too, Mario? I feel this room is special and
To me,
people
it's special.
resonate.
To me, it's very special. I'm a very sentimental person. And seeing everybody I knew from my neighborhood. Now, Irma said I'm not the jealous kind. For a second, I'm going to admit I was, because I was seeing like my friend Rosella, who I did a lot of movies with. I saw a lot of other people doing this.
On the show, you're saying?
Yeah, on GUI. And I was like, but why am I not on GUI? I want to be on GUI. You know, and it's like, but I believe, and I think she would say, I believe, in all honesty, that things are meant to happen when God wants it to happen.
Everything happens for a reason.
Exactly.
And it'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
Like, I'll give you an example. Nico blocked me the first few times.
Nico, you just broke his heart. Because
No,
that's
but
all he wants to talk
Mara's
about.
very aggressive, though.
Well, I know. Because I had to block him, too.
There you go.
Well, because I was trying to get to Nico.
See, Mara, listen, I'm only going to be on this first episode. Maybe, you know, if Nico's not around, I'll sit in that chair. This is your show. So what can we expect from you?
I like to see some clips of my stand-up comedy. I would like to
In
see,
your podcast?
Yes, in my podcast.
Okay.
I like
How would you work that in?
Well, Lil Pick would have to come to one of my
Oh, we
shows.
got to give Lil Pick more work to do.
Yeah,
Well,
he
that's not a podcast. That's separate from the podcast.
Yeah, that's separate.
Well,
Maybe
no,
you
he
could tell
comes-
a few jokes on here.
No,
but
but well, the best way, look at Seinfeld.
You could plug in your shows on his podcast.
Well, I could plug my shows, but what I would love to do is have Lil Pick come, film me, cut him up, and while we're talking in conversation, cut to my joke, telling a joke. People laughing. Come back to me, talk about what happened.
Sure.
I don't know. That doesn't sound like a podcast.
Well, I do like the Seinfeld reference.
Yeah,
'Cause
right?
Seinfeld,
Seinfeld
that,
opened
you know.
up with a joke.
Pick,
Seinfeld, yeah.
What were you going to say, Pick?
Maybe your guests could react to your jokes.
No, I don't think so, because my jokes need to be done online, live in front of an audience. And I got some big things coming up in New York City. I would love you to come.
No, I will say this before you get into the big things you got coming up. I've noticed ever since your clips went a little viral, you've been getting booked a little more.
Oh yeah, getting booked a lot more.
What's a fee for Mario Bosco to show up?
$250.
$250?
Yeah,
That's everything. $250.
$250. I come and do 15 minutes. 20 minutes is $300.
It's honestly a good deal. Now, do you do like bar mitzvahs, weddings,
Everything. You name it, I do. Clean shows. I played Jones Beach, 20 minutes clean. I was shit in a brick house because it's like I'm not a clean comic. And they're like, you got to be super clean. Like, you couldn't even say, like, this guy, I'm doing the show Sunday night.
What does it mean clean? Like they see if you showered before you got there?
No, clean means no salty. You can't be salty. No dirty,
No curses.
No cursing at
Why
all.
don't you just say that?
Like, I'm doing a show, this guy comes up to me, and he's the singer. He's an impressionist of Tony Bennett. He sings Tony Bennett's songs. He comes up to me and he goes, I like comedy that has foul language, but Tony Bennett didn't appreciate foul language. I said to him, Tony Bennett's dead, by the way. You know that, right? Mario
Rest in
Bosco
peace.
here. Fatah Gruchin. Right?
Excuse me. So is this podcast going to be clean? Because let me know if it is. I got to go right now.
Absolutely
I
not.
got to go right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
This podcast is gonna be fucking amazing.
What else do you want to do? Do you want to have segments? Do you want to?
Yeah, segments.
What are the segments? What are
I
we
like
talking
to I like to do something with Irma about food. I like to maybe do a dish with Irma.
What the fuck? Where are
like
we gonna
to
do that?
Right
We
here.
could cook.
We
something.
could cook.
What, you know how to
Fucking
cook?
hot plate?
Yeah, I know how to cook.
I would like to see how you make your chocolates.
I would make chocolates on camera. That would be something to cut away
Oh,
to.
that would be nice. We have a kitchen.
Yeah, definitely. I also went to
I don't think I've ever seen you eat.
Yes, you did. I ate here when you had chicken nuggets for me. Of all
When
things,
did I have chicken nuggets?
when we shot the Christmas episode.
Chicken nuggets?
Yeah, you ordered chicken wings, chicken nuggets. It was 7 of us, and we had, you don't remember, the French fries.
We had chicken nuggets?
You would order the
Oh, yeah. We had stickies. Remember?
Yeah, stick them up.
You better clean all those up.
Yeah, you
Right.
have to.
And you're not wearing that outfit the next time, right? I just.
Oh, next time I have a new one.
Who should be on the next episode, you think?
What's your wish list for the season?
Yeah, give us a wish list and we'll try our best.
We'll do our very best.
I like to see some kind of celebrity come in, whether it's sports,
You just want to get
entertainment.
numbers up? Is that what you're trying to do?
No, I want this to work. I mean, I would like it to be as close to as GUI, because GUI.
No, we gotta be bigger than GUI.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
bigger than GUI.
Yeah, this,
And
I,
I-
I actually
GUI
don't.
out of business.
Yeah, this is gonna really hurt me. But I actually, because you're our best guest.
I will,
People get bananas for you.
yeah, I know they do. A lot of people keep asking me, when am I going back? And I said to them, don't worry, there'll be a fourth
How many
episode.
people asked you that?
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, on an average night, I probably get. And what I gotta say, and I say this, and I put a smile on my face. Episode 300, Sabino was sitting here, and he talked about cannolis, and Sabino said, "Yeah, about the crunch and the bounce and the crunch," and Cruz said, "Yeah," and Sabino gave the wing, and so then. See, you think I don't watch? I watch my GUI episodes.
You study us.
I study, man. I do my studying.
So if I got you better guests than GUI, you'd be happy. You and you still didn't give us give us a dream list.
Give us
It's like five.
Five. Obviously,
Five
Jimmy
dreams.
Kimmel. Also, hold on. To backtrack. This is the Mario Bosco show where dreams come true. Okay? So we're aiming for the stars here. All right? So who are your top 5?
That I would prefer anybody that plays the Barkley that's easy to get to. If
I'm
we're-
not talking about easy to get to. I'm talking about who you want.
I want hard.
This is the Mario Bosco
A-list.
show where dreams
A-list?
come true.
Barbara Streisand. Love Barbara Streisand.
You guys kind of look alike, by the way.
Let me see who else. I would love to get Hannah.
Hannah Burner
Yeah, I could get
Okay.
Hannah because she's really good.
should be good.
I would love to get one of the Knicks players, one of the New York Knicks or the NBA.
Oh, Nico could easily set that up
Set
Easily,
that up.
yeah. Who's your favorite player on the Knicks?
I don't have a clue.
as long as he play in the Knicks.
So, this is the Mario Bosco show where dreams come true. This is the 3rd time I'm saying it. I don't want to say it a 4th time, okay? So I want you to shoot for the stars, Mario. I don't know if you know, me and Sabino, we know people, okay?
Oh,
we got people.
I think I got that
And we
claim.
want to make dreams come true on this season of the Mario Bosco show. So, I'll
All right,
ask
you know-
you again.
We'll do this. We'll ask Irma to give a couple, and then we'll come back to you.
Wait, I have a question, but what do you mean dreams? Whose dreams? His dreams?
Mario's dreams.
Everybody's
I want
dreams.
to know.
Mario's dreams, yeah. But if Mario's
So,
dreams
like,
come
who
true,
he
then
wants
all of
to
our
meet.
dreams are going to come
Okay.
true,
Yeah.
you know?
Barbara Streisand would be the first one.
Okay. What about Kimmel?
I would love to get Jimmy Kimmel when he comes to Brooklyn.
Okay.
I'm gonna
He
be
has to come when he's in Brooklyn. He has to.
I'm going to be in LA 2 weeks from now, 10 days from now, and I'll be at the Jimmy Kimmel show. I'm gonna go stop in and say hi to him. Jeff Ross.
Well, bring up Mac with you then.
Yeah, I'm gonna che cazzo. I like to get I would love to get Fedez because
Fedez?
how do you say
You
his
mean
name?
Sveta?
Feda? Yeah, I say his name
Because
wrong.
Fedez is another rapper. He's just looking for numbers.
You just want the clout.
You
I
just
don't
want
know.
the
I don't know
numbers.
if we should continue doing this podcast. If Mario just
It
wants,
should be a one and
just
done.
wants clout.
Well,
might just be a
listen,
one and
are
done.
we here for clout? Are we here? Let me tell you something.
That's
I
a good
walked
point.
in a diaper for you, 12.7 million.
That's true.
I mean, Snoop Dogg posted the video. The son of a gun, he didn't even tag me. 9.8 million. Ma che cazzo, siamo Uganda?
So why don't you ask for Snoop Dogg to come here
There
and
you
you
go.
could tell him off,
Snoop Dogg would be great.
Dogg.
right?
All
That's
right.
actually, see, Irma, that's why we got you
Yeah, we could
involved.
probably get Snoop Dogg here.
Yeah, I think that's
I
easy.
would do it, Snoop Dogg. What are you laughing at? I'm
No,
serious.
I'm not laughing. No, it'll be easy.
Listen, if Law packed his bag and came with me to LA,
Are you paying low pick, by the way? Because
Yeah, who's paying Lopik?
You got you.
the GUI
You're making a lot
corporation,
of. You're making a lot of demands for North Scuttles.
the GUI
The platinum card.
platinum card.
Did you ever meet Chaz Palminteri?
Yes, I did. I
Oh, we
worked
got to
with
have
him.
him on. That's
That would be a good one.
I would like to meet him.
Yeah, I worked with him on Bronx Tale. You never met him?
Yo, Irma. Irma was
Irma's on
so
Demon
mad
Time.
when she
I
wasn't
was so
invited the last
mad.
time Chaz was here.
You
I
never met
was
him?
yeah, that's
so mad.
You were mad at me, right?
And him too.
Yeah. Although I had nothing to do with that.
I know, but I was
you
so
just,
mad.
You just took one for the team.
So, Mario, let me ask you another question.
Rosanna Scotto, I would love.
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy. Yeah.
You're talking easy.
No, but that's
people.
good.
No, but
that's
that's good.
that is
I like
good.
that.
And
Okay.
she's fantastic. So that would be
Okay,
great. Her and
Kelly
Bianca.
Clarkson, Drew
Okay.
Barrymore, anybody that's daytime TV.
Okay.
I would love Jimmy Fallon. I would love to. Me and Jimmy Fallon will kick it off really great. Because he's from Long Island. He's here in New York. We could get him.
Okay.
Are you writing these all down, Nico?
Yeah, I'm writing them down.
Let's see. He's
I
great.
think you should go on a tour.
Well, let's do it. I gotta get a passport and we go to
You don't have a passport?
Why?
I gotta get one.
Have you ever been out of the country?
Yes, I've been to Sicily 3 times. I've been to Germany.
All right, you don't have to brag. I was just asking.
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying.
All right, listen. So, Mario,
Yeah.
very important question.
Yes.
There are thousands upon thousands of podcasts that are out and available for free.
Adam Carolla. I would love to get Adam Carolla.
You listen to the question.
It's completely oversaturated.
Yeah.
Why should people listen to the Mario Bosco show?
Because it's fun. And there's interest in it. And there's talent. Every podcast to me, shut up, little pig. Every podcast has talent and interest and stuff. This podcast where there's people talking about drugs, there's podcasts about cooking, there's podcasts about mixing drinks, about mixology. There's a purpose for each thing. My story is, I used to hide behind my story, meaning that if somebody said, hey, why you like that? I'd hide. Now, I don't hide anymore. Now I just be me. You know what? If you said, Matt, like the day you said, hey, do you want, when we were in that store, that Abracadabra, you said to me, you want big view? Because we were going to do me selling roses in the bucket. You're like, that's not going to get you more than, nothing. And you go, you want to wear the diaper? And I said, you know what? The hell, at this point, I got nothing to lose but all to gain. And I did. And
I think you would do just about anything for views.
well, it's not for just views. I'm trying to build so that I could sell out shows and sell out clubs and prove to comedy clubs.
What's your dream place to do a performance? Your dream venue?
I've played Jones Beach in the band Shell. I've gotten to play there, so that was a dream. I would say that.
How many people?
There was over 4,000. There was people in all the things, and then on top, and all the other stuff.
I think we could get you a Madison Square Garden.
I would love. That's my dream. Madison Square Garden, Radio City. That would be the best birthday gift you could ever.
When's your
give.
birthday?
Just passed.
What?
Yeah.
And I didn't wish you a happy birthday?
I didn't get a New York Nico happy birthday.
I didn't know it was your birthday.
Yeah.
Why did you post anything about it?
No, I'm not supposed to.
Maybe we could.
Well, then how am I supposed to know it's your
maybe
birthday?
we could take him to like Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Yeah, Disneyland.
Actually,
Wow, I'm
Chuck E.
sorry, Mario. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Chuck E. Cheese would be not a bad place to go. Me interact with kids.
Yeah, play a show there.
You know
Do
how
kids like you, or do they get scared of you?
some probably both
Yeah.
till they figure out what I am. Some kids love me. Some kids there's when I did Howard Stern. Now he's somebody I would love to get on.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, Howard Stern's goals.
Yes, that would be billions.
Howard Stern and Beetlejuice.
And Beetlejuice I could get. Beetlejuice, through Artie Lang, I could get Beetlejuice. I could get
Mario.
Beetlejuice. I could
Mario.
get.
If you get Beetlejuice, I want him here the next episode.
You know, Beetlejuice is the #1 person that I want to meet. So if you can get me to meet Beetlejuice,
he'll be in debt to you forever.
well, I wouldn't say that, but I'll make it worth your while.
What would you do to make it worth my while?
Wait, now you're haggling fucking Nico?
Yeah, exactly. All right, he'll give you a main feed post on his page.
Nah, Nico did a lot for me. I'm very grateful to Nico, and
So-
she knows that. I always say that.
But Beetlejuice is, I mean, for me and Sabino, we
Yeah, well,
considered
we
paying.
sent Beetlejuice. Yeah, we almost booked Beetlejuice to come to a barbecue. We were gonna split it up. Like I think it was
would pay.
1,000.
Oh man, I would pay.
He's
pay
worth
top dollar.
$1,000.
Absolutely.
So get
way
him.
more than that.
I'd get him less than it. If I tell him I get him views and I get him on,
Oh, he doesn't care about views though.
Mario, let me ask you, what do you think about this chair? Because I didn't know if you were.
I
Gonna like
gotta
it or
tell
hate
you,
it.
when I got here, I wasn't too crazy about it. But being in this chair, I feel like I'm the king of kings with my lions at the end, so I'm really happy.
If you were to be one animal, what would it be?
I'd probably be a lion because he's the king of the forest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the jungle.
I would probably be a bear because
Could you show me your best lion impression?
Sounds like a rooster getting strangled.
Sounds like a rooster
You
choking
look
a
like an
chicken.
elephant the way you did it.
I would love to meet. I know people have gone to lion cages that they're trained, but sometimes they get a little they get a little too aroused because they're scared of what's going on. They don't know what's. But I would love to meet a real lion one day.
Maybe we could go to the Bronx Zoo and do an episode so you can meet a lion.
Not a bad idea. The one thing I want to ask you, because I noticed when I post Mario, I always get these same comments. But what's the deal with you selling chocolate in Little Italy or selling shit?
So I used to sell chocolates back in the neighborhood. When I went to school, elementary, I learned how to make candy. That was the least thing I learned.
In your house?
In my house. And I just started pounding chocolate. My kitchen, my walls at one point looked like I was, at the end of the night, I had to wash down the walls. I had to clean because, again, I won't get bugs. And I made...
Especially for chocolate.
Yeah, I made probably 100 pounds of chocolate in like 24 hours. I was up all night melting chocolate, molding, and I made everything.
So explain this process.
So I started out, I learned how to make it. So you double boil or you microwave. You can make your chocolates as long as water doesn't touch the chocolate, you're fine. So I double boil it with water underneath the pot, double pot, the chocolate on top. So as the chocolate melts, you keep stirring. You make sure it stays from the water when you know it's super melted because you don't want to over melt it because then it loses its like crystallization. So you're
talking about chocolate, not cocaine? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Nico, you know me. Do you think I know I'm crazy?
How are the margins on chocolate?
Should I power some money?
Sounds
that
like
way?
You should have been making and selling cocaine.
How are the margins on
Very
on
good. So my first thing was Ash Wednesday, and I made these lollipops. And I went in front of the church on Ash Wednesday, and I sold them out. And I got like, oh, my God, this is fantastic. It's quick money. There was a movie theater. I'd get chased from corner to corner, from movie theater to movie theater. And I used to pound the movie theater because they have concessions then. At one point, the manager goes, you know what? Do whatever you want to do. I don't really care anymore. I used to be in front of the Kingsway movie theater. And while being in front of the Kingsway, I used to sell these candies. And I sold a lot of chocolate.
Kingsway's in Brooklyn?
Kingsway's Brooklyn, yeah. And I sold a lot of, chocolate, a lot of candy. And then I started, doing big things. I started going to King's Plaza and getting orders. And I was a car dealer around the corner where I used to sell cars at the end. Freddie Automobile. I was selling to all their employees, and they have over 100 employees from all these shops.
Did you walk around with a bell or something, to get their attention?
No, I just went, hey, guys, I got chocolates. You want some? Yeah, what do you got? And I would just I used to make everything.
And you say, I got lollipops.
Lollipops, roses, chocolate hearts, chocolate cookies. I dipped pretzels. I dipped strawberries. I dipped caramel. You name it, I dipped it. Most times I dipped myself. But at the end, I made the chocolate.
So why did you stop selling chocolate?
I stopped selling chocolates because it was just too expensive to do. Chocolate was going up, and you got to buy the bags, the sticks, the package, and everything. And I was like, you know what? And then I got on NYPD Blue. So once I got on NYPD Blue, then from NYPD Blue, I got on the Best Damn Sports Show, period. I forget this chocolate business. I'm on TV now. I want to make real money, Mm-hmm. So that's what happened. But I could still make it. I made gingerbread houses, snowmen, Easter bunnies.
We got any other questions? Because I know we're getting ready for.
Yeah, I think we should wrap up. I think this was good. We got to know you. We got to know.
You asked me a question. I'm sorry to interrupt. You asked me a question where I love to see this go, and I've been thinking about that. I like it to see. I have a lot of friends that have, like Adam Carolla. I'm really good friends with Jimmy Kimmel. We see each other all the time, and I love to see this podcast go like him. He's number 22 in the book of world records for podcasts most watched. And
number 22.
When I met Sabino that day at that store, Grown Up Italian had 567,000 followers. Now it's got 1.8 million. We're going back a year and a half. Success is where the talent is. You understand? It's what you post.
Irma, where do you see this show going?
I don't know. You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
This is boring. I'm dying
what's
to
exciting
smoke.
for you?
I'm like too.
Yeah, but you have to understand.
Maybe we
people
got to get her a
listen-
nice guest for the next episode.
People listen to podcasts while they're fucking driving or
Okay.
playing cards or smoking
Okay, but
cigarettes.
they don't want to listen to.
Yeah, they do. I go on TikTok Live. They listen to me every night.
So you're bored right now, Irma?
I'm super bored.
I feel so bad now that she's bored.
Well, there will also be more interesting guests.
Yeah, and they'll also
Right,
be.
I understand, but we gotta make people want to listen, and actually, you do, because you bored me.
We could do a lot of funny
Well, don't
things.
forget the podcast. Do they see it or no?
Yeah.
What do you think these cameras are here for?
Okay, because you said listen while they're driving.
Yeah, well, you could do both.
You could do
can listen to
audio,
it,
I'm
you can
just
watch it.
saying, and if it's something that you gotta make the people want to see it.
Well,
Man,
it
I
would
feel
be.
bad that Irma's bored.
Yeah, me too.
Mara, could you tap dance for her or something?
Because of your lights, I wore the light Hugo Boss Christmas.
All right. Well, on that note, I think that was the first episode of the Mario Bosco podcast where dreams come true.
All right, I don't know what dream came true out of this one. I don't know what.
This is one of your dreams, right? You wanted a podcast? They did it right here for you.
All right, so now we got to get ready for episode 2. New costume.
We got to get Irma a guest that she'll like a little more.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she'll like this next guest.
All right, yeah. I'll have to make a call.
You done filming?
We're done filming.
Yeah.
I'm fucking freezing.
Are you?
That's cold in here.
You don't see those nipples?
Oh my God.
Hey, not on, really?